Well, I knew it was coming while I was there, and I've always enjoyed the severe weather events up there, whether it be rain or snow. But I didn't realize until the next day that it had been so bad that the road was wiped out on both sides of me and I'd been stranded by it. It was November of 2006, and we were having one of those never-ending rain events. It just went on for week after week after week, but when I realized how significant the rain and flooding and high water was going to be, I wanted to be there to see it. Kind of a joke among the neighbors that some of those situations that are driving them to leave and be gone so they don't get stranded by it were the ones that made me want to be there to see how it was and how it was going to turn out. The river was coming up all the way around the cabins and up above the lower floor levels on some of them, and there was quite a bit of water pressure on the upriver side of one or two of those cabins in particular that made me think that they might actually get pushed over and pushed away. There were some properties where people actually lost acreage. You know, the riverbanks washed up closer to the buildings, and one of those places has got a deck that's just right at the edge of the river. It's pretty remarkable. I had just been successful with a satellite system for internet connectivity up there to get the word out for the neighbors that might not know how to talk to me directly. I thought it might be fun to create a website that everyone could find when they were searching for news about the area. So I built that from that location and started putting up all the news about the flood situation, and everybody started depending on it as a resource for getting their up-to-the-minute information about how we were being affected by the flood damage. Most people were shut out. It wasn't possible to drive in anymore, so people had to start hiking in, and they needed the news about hiking conditions and how to get there and what they could expect. And they didn't even know if their places would be occupiable yet because of the possible flood damage. Just a little bit worse. If the river had been just a little bit higher, I think there would have been a big difference in the outcome that way. During our lifetimes, we've probably been through our big flood already and may not have that so much to worry about. But I think we might be high enough on the river where that is unlikely to be the case for us. We have a back way in. After road repairs, we still don't have that front way in. Now at what, it must be 8 years later at this point. But I'm just one of those people who is determined to go no matter what. So even when it has to be done by hiking in, I still do that. But we have a lot of people that can't. So obviously it's a lot less convenient. It's a lot further to drive when you can drive in, and when the back roads aren't maintained in winter, which is usually the case, then it's a 4-mile hike around the flood damage and up the main road to get there. So we have seen occupancy go steadily down. I think it's fair to say that it has steadily been going down ever since the flood. But there are challenges, especially since the flood. The availability of emergency services is a concern for many, and that has probably contributed also a lot to what's keeping people away. is the safety. When we first started hearing that it might take at least a couple of years, people were pretty freaked out that it would take that long, but now it's 8 years and we're still counting. And so that puts us at 2018 best case from a 2006 flood, 12-year total timeline, which no one would have believed in the first place if we'd heard that, but at least we're a little bit over the hump on that one now.